hey everybody, welcome back. Okay, well we're going to do something a little bit different this weekend. But before we get into this mine, I wanted to talk about something that a lot of you guys have asked questions about down in the comments section. And that is, how do I find all of these great locations? Well, the way that I do it is I have a bunch of old maps in my possession, and I find the coordinates on those old maps and then cross-reference it over to Google Earth, of which then I can look down on a site to see how big the waste rock piles are. Now understand, I can spend 2, maybe 3 days reconning an area trying to find a really nice class 3 mine for you guys. But in the process of doing that, occasionally I come across a lot of smaller mines that I do not document, but on rare occasion, I find a smaller mine that's definitely worth documenting, and that's what we've got right behind me here. Wait till you see what I found in this little guy. So let's head on inside. All right, everybody, let's explore this old mine. So as I was saying, as I'm looking for larger mines, I'm always finding smaller mines. And that's the goal with today's episode. I'm going to take you guys into a bunch of smaller locations that I found while looking for larger ones. So right off the bat here, when we just get inside this mine, we've got this skinny little 4x4 holding up a giant slab of rock right there. Look at the crack in that, Mr. M, huh?
That looks a little bit shaky.
Yeah, why don't we just replace that with a toothpick, because it would pretty much be the same thing. All right, and the adit continues going off this direction. So yeah, I have already poked my nose a little ways up into this mine and to see if it was worthy. Let me show some of the things that I found down here on the floor. See all those tins? All of those are for blasting caps. Back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, these tins, that's what they shipped the caps in. And that one there even has, yeah, look at there, the paper in it. Laying all over the floor. Yeah, you don't want your blasting caps bouncing around inside there, so that little piece of paper is used as like a buffer. And then up here, we got a crossroads. So starting off to the right, the drift continues that direction. And turning to the left here, we've got a small drift going up this way. That thing that you see over there, that's what they would spool safety fuse around. And down here on the floor, again, all kinds of blasting cap tins. Now, what you can do, and unfortunately I don't have it with me today, is you can take a piece of chalk and rub it on top of that tin to expose the lettering. Let's look up in here. So I'll bet back there by the portal, where we saw those first tins, that's where they were keeping the caps, and then up in this little drift is where they were keeping the dynamite. You can see all of the paper lining that was inside of the cases is laying through this area, as well as shards and remnants of the dynamite boxes. Okay, let's swing back around. And we'll head back over here to Mr. M. Mr. M, what do you think? Should we, which drift do you want to go down first?
I'm going to follow you, Gly. You got all the lights.
Okay, well, I'm going to save the best for last, because I'm one of those guys that likes to eat my dessert last. So we're going to show them what we found up in here first, before we get to the real super stuff.
I think this is a cool one as well. It's hacked in sideways, and look at the little tiny stoked out area up above.
Yeah, so what we have here is they're working a fault that's only about 6 to 8 inches wide. Then it gets wider in some areas, like what you see right here. Okay. And they were going all the way up in there and working that stope See that? But it's so...
Look at that. They've got a wedge between that rock, between those stoles.
Yes, yeah. But the thing here is you don't have a defined hanging wall or a foot wall. It's almost like the best way to describe this mine is when a mine meets a cave. See how they braced that?
I just got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pieces of wood.
Yeah, pretty sketchy. Okay, and it gets even crazier up in here. Again, more stalls and planks. Now we've got a 4x4. Oh, look at that thing. But above it, up in this raise, right? Let me point it out with the laser. That's the best way to show it.
Right there.
Look at the quartz crystals running through that. And then right here, there's a beautiful vein about 6-7 inches across.
Oh my God.
Running all the way through. There you can actually see the crystalline structure right through there. Nice looking quartz.
I'm glad we did this one.
Yeah, it's really pretty in here, and it's really dangerous. That's how I like it.
Yeah.
These stalls holding up this massive, just unbelievable size rocks. Look at this one, guys. How would you like to work underneath that all day long? Yeah, stand there, mister, just for...
I'm going to pretend like I'm working here all day long.
Oh my God.
How's that?
Yeah, let's get out from under that.
Good idea.
Okay. All right, what do we have up here?
Neat.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so...
That's when you're scared to go down.
Yeah. Mr. M and I were talking about this a little while ago when we looked down here. This one here is a little bit sketchy. We have what it is the winds, and with that ladder. Oh yeah, you feeling a little spunky today there, Mr. M?
Yep.
I guess you are. Well,
I'm 30 pounds lighter than you, Gly.
Hey, I left my donuts at home this morning, so
How's that look down there?
it's looking, yeah, it's just wiggling. I'll be dinged. So what's going on here? Did your clankers go from aluminum to brass?
That's a false floor I'm stepping on now.
Okay. What do you see down there?
Wow, it goes on and on.
Does it? What do you think? Should I head down there?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I'll hold the ladder when you do. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh boy. You'll probably go down in there, so yeah. If you're interested in sliding down in a big deep hole that goes over that way, then
Yeah.
there, I've got it here.
Okay.
But otherwise, it's pretty much just a, whoa! Yeah, you gotta come down.
Yeah, don't be falling off. Don't be going through a false floor on me there.
No, but you gotta come down.
All right, let me see how I can do this here safely. Whoa! That thing's cracking. Did you hear that?
Yeah, they probably heard it outside. There's not really nobody's even out there.
You know the old saying, it's all fun and games till somebody loses an eye. In this situation, it's all fun and games until someone falls.
Look at that structure.
That is just,
I'll turn my light off, sorry.
wow. All right. Yeah, this was worth climbing up in here. Look at the geology and the crystals, guys. Right there. Now, I'll go ahead and put my hand next to it so you get an idea of scale. Now, not only is that quartz, but I think some of that is barite. Here, you see this vein, you've got limonite running through here. Look at the crystalline structure through that section. This is definitely a gold mine. I'm gonna say, because of all of the iron I see running through. Yeah. Okay, some sort of an ore pass going down that direction, and yeah, we've got possibly an ore pass going down this direction.
Shine your lights down there.
Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, let's look at that first. Oh, look at that. Look at that, Mr. M over there. Look at the size of the vein. Is that not something, huh? Okay, I'm gonna have to give you guys a closer look at this. Let's see if I can get up there. Actually, I may not even have to. Right here. Here we go. Look at the beautiful crystals.
Good God.
All right, especially, okay, that might be a little too bright. Let's try it like that. What a gorgeous looking quartz ore body.
Ain't lie.
Do you see something over there?
Yeah, look at this.
Okay. All right, Mr. M found something for you guys. Let's see what he got. Yeah. Oh, we've got flowstone coming out of there.
Yeah.
See that? Yep.
And somebody's broken the stalactites off.
That's
Look.
what, yeah, you're right. There was a stalactite right there.
And that stuff's hard.
And that one got snapped off. All right. What's down here? We'll try to make our way without making a bunch of dust. Oh, there you go. Help if I put the right light on, huh? Okay. There we go. Yeah, look at that beautiful pocket of quartz. Now we're kind of looking at it on the back side. This is a great spot to do a close-up for you. Try to get the shadow out of there. Take a look at that. Gorgeous. Okay. Let's see what else we have in this. All right, so it kind of goes down here and turns the corner. Not seeing any artifacts, but definitely they're chasing the vein. Now sometimes you'll hear where miners say, well, we chased the vein and it just pinched out. Okay, well, I'm going to give you an example of what they're talking about here. So from right here, the quartz vein they're chasing, from there all the way to about that point is 3.5 to 4 feet across. And then as we look down, see how it's pinched down to only 8 inches wide right through here. But it does look like it may widen back out again. This is just a classic hydrothermal quartz structure here before us. Just beautiful. Okay, let's get a closer look at what could very well be an ore pass. What do we have down in here? I don't want to get too close to that because I can't see around the corner. Oh, yeah, it's a shaft but with no ladders. You know, Mr. M, at one time there was probably an adit lower on this hill, and then the open pit operations destroyed it. And that's where these ore passes are leading. Okay. Here is a piece of safety fuse for all of my new subscribers. This is what's going to tie into the blasting cap. And then you put the blasting cap into the dynamite to achieve your detonation. Now that safety fuse right there that I'm showing you, that's what comes around those big metal spools I showed you earlier. All right, before we get out of this little spot, let's look up into this drift, see if there's some neat looking geology hiding up in here. We're gonna get over there safely though. Oh, I see what they did there. The reason they're going up in here is, well, no, I take that back. I was about ready to say I was seeing limonites, but no, just more of the quartz structure. Okay, well, I'm gonna head back up to that ladder and see what else I can show you guys. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back over here by the ladders. Mr. M's getting ready to go up. Now, don't go up there until I can give you a hand. That ladder's freaking me out just a little bit. Down there is where we just came from, and we still have this little thing going that direction. So let's look down here next. Well, I'm seeing more modern day Budweiser cans on the ground. They were working that vein up in that direction, and then they stopped. What do we have down here? Is this going to be a... Ooh! Yeah, come check this out. It gets bigger. This might just take us back over to where that ore pass was, where we just came from. Nice. It certainly does. Okay, so if I turn to the left here, it should put us right underneath Indeed. And I saw this shaft. This is the shaft that comes down from the main haulage at it, where we just came from. But I haven't taken you guys that far up into the drifts. So we'll get there in a moment. So now we're looking up it. Here in a little while, I'll show you what it looks like from the top. Okay. Is there any neat artifacts on here on the floor? Let's look. I'm seeing, well, I guess that's not a dead mouse. Dynamite box splinters, but that's about it. Okay. Let's continue this direction. Oh, okay, so our more Mr. M, you really should take a look at this. Our prospecting friends have been down in here working. Here is a classifier. Looks like they're classifying, that's about 1/4 inch minus. After classification, they were throwing the larger rocks into this pile. Okay. Down here on the floor we have muck sheets or muck plates. This is where they're dropping the ore on top of. Oops. That kind of makes me a little nervous. I want to make sure this is not covering up like a hole. No, it's not. Yeah, you walk just about, you walk across that, fall down a shaft. Okay. Sawhorse. More muck sheets. Yep. Okay, so our more modern day prospectors were working down in here. Let's see what they were going after. Oh yeah. Yep. Down in there. And let's shine it. That's going to be as far as it goes, right there. Okay, turning back around. Yeah, they were using this ladder to climb out of this little hole. And they were also exploiting this little pocket right up here and going off in that direction. Okay, so the question is why? Why would the prospectors choose this area to get excited about? Okay, let me explain it to you. So back on Mr. Laser, starting from right here, okay, and everything above, that looks to me like it's a whole bunch of rhyolite. Then immediately after the rhyolite, right at the margin here, you have your quartz vein. See, now gold, I know the miners in the crowd, you guys already know this, but a lot of people don't. So the gold is going to concentrate right there along that margin where the quartz vein is meeting the layer of rhyolite. The rhyolite is basically worthless. It's just waste rock. And that little 1 or 2 or 3 inch boundary there is what you want to chase after. Okay? Off here to the left again, you can see it. That area is worthless rhyolite. There's the quartz layer, and here's your boundary. Great spot for gold. Okay, Mr. M, what do you think? Should we get back up these ladders?
Yeah. I want to get out of here on this one.
Sorry.
Before you do.
No, I'm not trying to add any more stress than what already exists. That crack right there, that's just great.
Yeah, it's a pretty good repair.
Ooh. Yeah. Ooh, as soon as you can, man, grab that 4x4. Ooh, there you go.
You know, this reminds me a little bit of a movie scene that I've seen.
Oh yeah?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what's that?
Put the lotion on the skin, otherwise you get the hose again. Yeah, but don't I need to be down here with a little poodle dog in order to make that work? I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. You're a nut. All right, well, okay, I guess it's my time to add a few extra pounds to that ladder. All right, Mr. M, you're probably going to want to grab this camera because I need an extra hand to grab that 4x4. So let's see, I can get one more. There you go. No, that's the camera. There you go. Yeah, that'll work. Perfect.
You know, I probably look pretty good on camera. I should probably get more camera time.
You need more makeup. But I don't think... Whoa, that thing is breaking.
I know.
I don't think...
Whoa!
Yeah, I know. They don't make enough makeup to cover up your ugly mug. Oh, boy.
I know, folks, that wasn't very nice of him at all. That's uncharacteristic of Gly.
Oh, boy. Okay. Whew. Let me turn back around here. Yeah, I'm safe. I got up and over that. What do you think? That was probably one of the sketchier ladders I've ever climbed on. Let's not do any more of that today.
Okay.
What's the old saying? Never tempt fate twice. Around the corner. Now this is going to lead us over to the top of that shaft that I just showed you guys.
When you were too scared to go down.
Yeah. Yeah, because when I first came into this mine earlier, I told Mr. M, I said, I'm a big chicken. There's no way. But, okay, so what we have here is, this is winds, and you guys can see the notches on that board here. There's another notch right there. In between the two would have been a hand cranked winch. Oh, I lost my focus. I'm always losing my focus. And down here, that's where I just was. Yeah. And now we know what's down there. Okay, let's work our way back to the intersection. And now we're gonna explore to the right because I got some cool stuff I want to show you guys. So I'll see you over there. Okay, we are back here at the crossroads. Which way are we going, Mr. M? Wow, you make a really good John Travolta, you know that? I've got to tell you, all we need is a disco ball and a couple of lights. We can play the music, you know. Dun, 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 dun.
There's not a room in here for that.
No, there's not. Okay, what do we got down here? Well, on the floor, more blasting cap tins. And you guys are asking me, you really need to put those up on eBay. That would be great. I want one. No, sorry guys, I do not offer artifacts on my eBay site. Just rock samples.
Hey, but I could sell them maybe.
No, because I'm going to hit you over the bum with a 4x4 if I catch you taking artifacts out of mines.
Just kidding.
I know. Everybody's a little bit sensitive about that subject. All right, what do we have up in here? We got an ore chute that's plugged, and that's as far as it goes. It's right up in there with just some scraps of wood on the floor. All right. Turning around and headed back up the drift. Now, yeah, it was up here is what I wanted to show you. Here we go. We're getting closer, I believe. Right up in here. Yeah, okay, Mr. M, I'm going to have you hold the camera. Let me turn it around. You just point it towards me. There you go. And I'm going to show everybody what's going on here. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, what we've got here is, it's kind of like a situation where mine meets cave. And here we have a karst feature within this gold mine. This wall right here, this one here, and this one here are moving, okay? So as the mountain uplifts, these two walls are sliding like that. And as they slip down and slide and grind against each other, you get an area of what's called fault gouge. All right, and so you can always tell when you're in fault gouge because you see a lot of this crumbly aggregate looking material like what I got my hands on right here. But now fast forward through the eons, groundwater penetrated this crack all the way from above and washed over and atop all of this aggregate, creating what's called flowstone. And that's what you're kind of seeing right here. Mr. M, zoom in on the buttons of this flowstone. See all these little looking knobs and buttons. Let's turn that down a bit. That's usually a better image. See that? Isn't that neat looking?
It is.
That's called flowstone. Now further on up here in the mine, there's going to be some better examples of it. So let me show you guys that here real quick. Okay, we found it. Mr. M, show these guys the cave, the karst feature of flowstone that we found here.
Well, it starts back here, and it follows along here. You can tell that for eons, it's been dripping down here and forming this.
Yep, that plate. Yep.
Yeah.
And let me zoom in on it here. See, so that's just like what you would find in a cave. See the layering in the stalactite, what once was a stalactite. And here, as I go a little bit further up, look at that pocket up in there. Okay, that's all flow stone. So at one time, there was probably, right where Mr. M has his right hand, let me show it to you, there was a stalactite, because stalactites have to hold on tight, remember? Stalagmites grow up from the floor because they might reach the ceiling. But you can see the layering of what used to be a stalactite right there. Yeah. Yeah, just really, really cool mine. You don't see karst features in a mine very often, but I have found them in the past. Okay guys, there's one more drift. I gotta take you down over here. So let's head over there next. Working our way further and further.
Past shaky rock.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mr. M pointed this out earlier. That rock, it's just dangling, being held up by a 2x4 or a 2x6 with a tiny little shim.
It's squashed flat.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna get underneath that real quick and get out of there. Here we go. Okay. All right, what's up here? Oh, big room. Yeah, look at this. Look at this area that they were stoping out here. Mr. M, I'm going to have you walk up into the nose of that, or up in the face, and people can get an idea of the size of this place. Now, so at one time, use your imagination, and you can imagine that this entire area was filled with that quartz I showed you previously. So where Mr. M is walking there, the vein was about four feet across. And higher up as we work our way into this thing, the vein at one time was 6 feet across, but they completely cleaned it out. And all that's left to the left and right is, looks like more rhyolite. It could even be dolstone or dolomite. An acid test would prove that. And more of these really neat pockets of crystals all through the rock. So we've got ourselves a busted ore chute here. Bunch of rock came down from above, probably from a seismic event, and completely destroyed that one. But look at how nice and smooth. See how that was all smooth? Imagine how much rock came down that. Okay, now let's carefully work our way over this without getting a nail in the calf. There we go. Okay, what do we have here? And here we have another area. Once again, that one's completely destroyed. That looks very suspicious, doesn't it? I mean, there's not enough rock laying on the ground to definitively say that failed due to rock coming down. It's almost as if they blasted it. I'm just guessing. Okay, let's get past it though. Actually, before we go all the way past it and go around the corner there, let me show you guys what they were mining, or the rays, I should say. Right there. That's where the material was coming from. Okay. What do we have up in here? I haven't been this far yet. Oh, yuck, we've got something dead. Ugh. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, we got a dead critter up in here. Oof. That really stinks. Let's keep going. What do we got? Maybe we can find whatever it is that's making that stinky smell. What's up in here? Oh, okay. It just comes to an end. But again, I see what they're doing. They're probing the boundary line between these layers, seeing what they could find. All right, I'm going to turn back around. Oh, boy, that really stinks. That's enough to gag a maggot. Get out of here. Yeah, let's get back here where there's some fresh air. Yeah, you don't want to go back up. You don't want to go up in there, Mr. M. It really stinks.
Yeah.
Whew.
Bad.
Oh, terrible up in there.
Hey, it's Tuesday. Guess what's for dinner?
Taco Tuesday?
That's right. That's what Mary said.
Woohoo! Taco Tuesday. You know, it's really hard to lose weight around Mr. M and his significant other. Her name is Mary. She makes the best tacos that you'll ever eat in your life. They are just divine. Oh, now you're making me hungry, Mr. M.
And today's the day.
And today's the day. Okay, guys, well, we're going to work our way back out of this mine. And so the next one I take you to, it may not be today, it may be a week from now, I don't know. So this is just kind of a compilation of a lot of the smaller mines that I occasionally do find that are pretty darn cool. So this is either bye-bye or we're headed off to the next mine.
All right.
Okay, guys.